Alright, so once again, this may or may not be assembled when you get your bike. These brackets were put in place when this one came here. So I'm going to take the provided hex head wrench or Allen wrench and take these top pieces off. Hopefully that's enough. Now the handlebar assembly came with the brake levers and the brake calipers already connected. I think I'm going to take this all the way off. Okay, so we've got, obviously on this side, the left side is the longer cable, and that would obviously be for the rear brakes. Don't know exactly how we'll route these yet. And the shorter cable, of course, is going to go down to the front brake. Which is on the left side. Alright, so we're going to work on the front brake, which is the right hand handlebar, and it's going to go down here, and there's a kind of a cable holder right here. So what we'll do is we'll loosen this up. Might help to get the right size socket. And now we'll tighten this back up. Let's take a look down below here. Alright, so if you take a look at the caliper, there's actually a plastic spacer in there. Pull that spacer out, toss that. Oh, and we forgot this guy. This guy can go up. Let me show you. Kind of something to protect the cable with. loosen this up again. There's actually two of these spacers. I'm not sure what they're for, but for now we're going to put one up here and tighten that. Okay, and let's go back down. Now we're going to put the caliper over the rotor, and then we've got the I think these are the 20, I forget what size. The longer the bolts. Are they gonna work? Alright, here's the confusion with all the different hardware that this thing has. The two long bolts that I used for putting this fender bracket on, those are the only two bolts of that size, and unfortunately those were the two bolts that I needed to put the front brake caliper on. They're the only ones that will work because they have to be long enough to reach the threads inside, but they can't touch, when they go through, they can't touch the rotor. So pay attention to what bolts you're using for what. I can get away with some shorter ones there for sure. Alright, we're going to move on and try not to make any more mistakes like that. Alright, so once again, just a quick look at the brakes. The front brakes, these two bolts had to be just the right length to go in that hole, and they were the ones that I accidentally used up here by the fender first. So just hex head bolts, and then this little bracket right here was in the hardware kit, and I used a small bolt. There's an ear on this thing, bolts into that, and then these plastic protectors that are on the cable itself slip into there, and the cable runs up and also into this one. So that would be the front brake. Let's take a look at the back brake. The back brake is mounted by these Allen head bolts. Again, they're just the right size to reach the threads on the back without actually touching the brake rotor. And again, now with this one, the cable, I ran it underneath, and there are 5 of these. Let me show you here. Right there are these tabs, right? And there are these 5 of these plastic barrel-looking things, and there's just happens to be 5 of these tabs all the way along. Another one under here. There's another one under here, here, and then up there. So basically the cable is all routed safely around any moving parts. The front and back brakes are installed. So this is what we're looking at so far. What do you think, buddy? He's like, I want nothing to do with this.